My name is Jutta Lenz. I'm originally from Germany, but living also in Switzerland, and I come to South Africa for 38 years, supporting a foster home with 250 kids, collecting money in Germany, and I also had a foster daughter, and her name was Phumla, and she died 3 years ago because she was one of the kids who got the first HIV medication, and then she had TB. And before she died, she told me about the problem young people in foster homes have to face, because they get financially supported till they are 18, and then it's a problem, then they have to leave the foster home. So she was the one who put me on that track that I have to do my own thing. So in 2021, I founded my own organization, the Jutta Olga Weller Foundation in Switzerland, to collect money. And then it happened through the German Rotary Club. I met this wonderful person, Evelyn, and she is also having older children, but also young children. And we went along so well, and we noticed we have the same vision. That means not only supporting little ones, and because that is, you find a lot of people in the whole world who try to support small kids, but we wanted to do something for the older ones, and she wanted to keep them in her foster home. And then we had both the vision to build houses for them and also look after their education. And I needed several years to find the right person, and the right person, because nobody believes you that you can do that, because, you know, as a woman on your own, it's quite difficult. So it happened by chance that I met Rolf Selinger, who is today my project manager. And he said he noticed my vision to build this for the older kids. So that means 15 plus till 23. And he said, that's fantastic, let's do it. And we started on my property in Komeki to build a house. And it was his first house in his life, but I trusted him 200%. And he built the first pallet house for me, made out of ISO pallets. And I built another generation. We came up for the foster homes to try to build houses, also using containers, but extend them with his wooden beam construction. When I met Evelyn, I noticed that we have the same vision. We want to do something for the older kids. And then she was telling me, you know, we also have this property opposite, but I still do not own it. It was promised to me, to one of the housing ministers many years ago. And I said, Evelyn, we should have a look at this. So we became very close friends, because we did not want to do only something for the smaller kids. We had this vision really to build a whole campus. And also Rolf came in and he said, listen, when we build this campus, we must build something sustainable, that they also learn to earn money after they have and also get an education. So we came up with the concept to build homes for them, but also have workshops there. And the next step was that we were building this house beside, where we took just a container. And now we are sitting in a place where we used a 12-meter container, cut it open, and use his wooden beam construction to make, actually here it is a coffee place. So they should use this as a coffee place. And on both sides, the older youngsters can stay and live. And the next step will be opposite of this building. I think it's maybe a 2,000 square meter space, which we finally got 8.5 years. Can you imagine? So it needed a long time, a lot of paperwork. We had to repeat it again, blah, blah, blah. So it was really, really hard. The only problem, I bought it for very little money. The only problem is now it's in the possession of Abba Pumelele, that we have to build in 2 years. otherwise it can happen that we lose the ground again. And therefore, we want to go public and tell people about it, because it's not only about building a new kind of structure of houses, it's also to give these kids a place, these youngsters. They are not so small anymore, but also, and to learn and make a living here and make a lively environment. So we even talk to the community here, and people think, oh, fantastic what you are building, but we want that they later, at a later stage, can take care of the whole thing by themselves. So that's quite a demanding thing, because they have to learn to take over responsibility. And for instance, we had a storm, and we have at the moment, we are missing the money for the windows, so the plastic came off, and they said, listen guys, you have to learn to repair it yourself. So these are the steps we have to do to educate these youngsters. And on top, by doing all this building, they learn to build themselves. So these places were built by one carpenter, our carpenter, and two of the youngsters of the foster home. So actually they also learn to build a house. And I think that's what our vision is, that we also educate them on the spot, and not just, some crazy stuff, a big institution, but they learn why they are doing it, why they are producing it. Some of the courses are, for instance, in IT. We want to do a carpenter workshop, of course, how to build a house, that's important. Maybe also something the girls would like to do. They are always very in cosmetics and hair, and so something, they really would like to do. So they also have a saying in it. And of course, because we are building this, we will definitely starting with carpentry, and we have very skilled IT guys here on the as foster children. So that's what we want to do. And the coffee shop, that's the first one. We have a 2-year deadline for this land, which is quite demanding on us, because we need the funds, we need the money to start. And that was always a problem, because we needed 8.5 years to get the contract, which was crazy, because we even had to repeat all the paperwork. And before I came in, Evelyn was already fighting for 4 years. Now we have got it, and the times are not easy. So this is what we want to do, and it is in a holistic project where they also learn skills like IT, carpenting, or maybe the girls would like to do something in the way of cosmetics or fashion, something. So we are actually open. We also can ask them, or it's also open for other kids from foster homes, of course, because we want to cooperate. We also cooperate with the community. For me, that is very important, that the whole project is highly valued also by the neighborhood, and that they are part of it, so we can be sure that we do not have much thefts and things like that. And the demand is actually the 2 years, because if we do not build this campus, or how we call it, for the youngsters in 2 years, we lose the land. So this is why we are so eager to do it, and find a possibility, maybe through companies or other people who see that they support us. So at this moment, for us, it's important that we do not lose this land, because it could affect 40-50 children and young people. And what we need is, of course, funds for that big project. At the moment, because all the material became so expensive, we could not finish this building here. That means we are lacking of the windows, as you can see. We have to finish the floor, and our carpenter could do all the cupboards and also the interior for the coffee shop. That means there would be traffic here, so the kids could earn some money, and with this money they can support also themselves, the foster home, and so these are the things we need, definitely, and we need a big portion of money for the whole campus we want to build. Yeah, we look actually at 12 million rand, because it will be several homes built together you see, one after the next, including the workshops. So it's quite a big project. We are looking actually at, of course, companies, big companies, but also individuals. And we would love to cooperate with other organizations who know where to get funds from, you know, especially also from Europe. I'm also eager to hook up with people from Switzerland, Germany, Austria, but also, of course, South Africa, all over Africa actually. And that would help us tremendously, because my vision is actually to build these kind of homes all over Africa. That's my biggest vision, because it could really work. We can show that it works because of this pilot project. We have now the second building, and the material, you can build it cheaply but sustainable and also eco-friendly. And this is something which is really new on the market. And it has a long endurance. I'm living myself in such a tiny house, so I try it out. Even my pilot, my project leader, he has to live in such a house. I can't say he has to live, he loves to live it, because it's a fantastic, with all these wooden structures and bricks. You can use a lot of different material, so that will help us a lot. And I said, okay, we try it out. So, and it works, and I love to live in these homes. But actually my vision, I was also in Nigeria, I was in Senegal, in other countries, African countries, that you can take this vision all over Africa to build homes. But you know, for me it's very important to say, first people learn to build their own homes. That's the difference. So with, you see, my house was built with 3 people. That means my carpenter, which you will interview later, and 2 people. So everybody can learn to build such a construction themselves, and that means this opens up the vision for townships, for private people to learn to build up such a structure eco-friendly, and you can build it in 3-4 months. And this would be a vision for all over Africa, where people live very crowded, not in their small homes, you know, like you find here around the corner, and they can live a decent life, and I think not for a huge amount of money. So that's actually my vision, you know, to build this. And my focus, of course, is on foster homes. But you see, if there comes an investor and he says, wow, we can use this structure even for middle class people, and he has the money, or he knows how to get to money through banks or so, that would be also fantastic, because then with that money and these contracts we can build more foster homes. So that was always my thing, that we do not depend always on donations, but that we can build our structure, which we developed also for maybe middle class people, other people, and a portion of that money goes to build more foster homes and help them. So that is actually my vision, and then it's self-sustainable, you know. That's my idea behind it.